All film is subjective. Everybody has their own personal opinions as to what the greatest year of all time in cinema was. This is just my personal opinion. There's many other brilliant years too. Obviously, a strong case could be made for 1939, which was very groundbreaking in cinema history. Even being an old Hollywood fan, such as myself, as I've dedicated this channel to, so many recommendations and seen skits of films to come from past decades, such as everything, way back from like the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and on to, some of my favorite decades too of the 70s and 80s. And, there's a lot of years that a strong case can be made for, obviously not only 39, but I would say even, 1951 was an incredible year in cinema. I would say even, 55, 1967, obviously even into the 70s. Some incredible content that was put out in 75, 76, 77. I mean, let me know in the comments below what's your personal favorite film and cinema of all time. This was very tough to really narrow down because there's so many films from so many decades, so many specific years that personally mean a lot to me. But just sticking solely to the 80s, this was tough, to decide with 82 or 84, but I did give the slight edge to 84 as we'll discuss in just a second, as to why I feel that way. But, the 80s personally has meant so much to me. It's influenced so much of my way of dressing at times, the way I try to style my hair even, just a lot of the music and TV shows, movies I watch are still in heavy rotation and always will be from that decade. It's just an incredible decade where everything was just so much better quality wise. I feel there was a magic and wonder to this decade of film. And just that whole practical effects and animatronics, use of puppets, that whole less is more quality is just something that's just always so brilliant and magical to me. And, a lot of people kind of have a problem maybe nowadays, as to, a lot of the kind of revamping nostalgia and, biting off of nostalgia in the past a little too much and having a lack of originality today. And while I do agree to that to a certain point, there's something to be said about the brilliance of these past decades, and certainly of the 80s, that you could kind of understand why